Sumthin Empire, TTC, YouTube, and for this week, Viking fans. Big Bizzle in the house, about to get up on this 49ers Vikings hate week. Should be a very interesting game. Both teams 2-0. Vikings are coming off a win at Detroit. Niners coming off an impressive victory at home against Seattle. So it should be interesting. Something's got to give. One of these teams is going to go 3-0. The other one's going to go 2-1. But, you know, win or lose, you know, it's not the end of the world. We'll still be 2-1. But I'm going to talk a little bit about how I feel that we can win this game. I'm not saying we will. I'm saying we can. And, you know, I saw a couple of Viking videos. I saw my boys Speed Freak and Moose09. And I know there's a couple other Viking fans out there. But Speed Freak and Moose09 are the ones that come to mind. And then, of course, you got some of your Viking typers. Of course, I've seen some of them. And, I mean, hands down, I can't argue with a lot of the stuff you say. I mean, Adrian Peterson as well. Adrian Peterson. Brett Favre, we know what he can do. And, I mean, your run defense, it could be the best in the league. So, there is no way that, you know, how can I argue with that? I mean, the proof is in the pudding. I mean, you guys have been the best rush defense for like the past, 2-3 seasons maybe. So, you know, your run defense, Adrian Peterson, Brett Favre, I can't argue with too much of that. Now, having said that, you know, I'm starting your Vikings run D. And, you know, by any stretch of the imagination, I definitely don't expect that the 49ers are going to run over the Vikings like they did the Seahawks. But, and I know you guys got Adrian Peterson, and Frank Gore is no Adrian Peterson. I'm not saying that, but you saw what this man can do. I mean, if you give this man a little daylight, he's gone. Now, granted, your run defense is much better than the Seahawks, but I think the key for us is going to be Shaun Hill. I think he'll be able to exploit your secondary, which I think is weak. Well, not weak, but I think that's your weak point of your defense. If Shaun Hill can somehow get the ball down the field, I think that can open up some room for Frank Gore. But that remains to be seen. But I think Shaun Hill, I mean, granted, I'm not saying he's going to go out there and just go Peyton Manning or Tom Brady and throw for like 300 yards, but I think Shaun Hill has the ability to attack your secondary, and I think that's going to be key for the 49er offense. Now, hopefully, our rush protection, I'm not too worried about. It's our pass protection that kind of scares me, and especially, you know, you got the Williams brothers, Pat Williams, Kevin Williams, and if I'm not mistaken, so far this year, Shaun Hill's been sacked like 8 times, so, you know, the pass rush, they're definitely going to have to, you know, buy Shaun Hill some time, and, you know, just take it from there. I think they'll be up for the challenge personally. Now, as for Adrian Peterson, there is, what can I say, man? That best running back in the NFL right now, and definitely not taking anything away from him. But, and like I said, I'm definitely not taking anything away from Brett Favre. But, I repeat, do not sleep on this defense. Now, granted, I'm pretty sure Adrian Peterson is going to get his. I'm just hoping we can contain him. But if he goes all world, hey, it's Adrian Peterson, so I expect that. But, hey, I remember now, granted, Chester Taylor had a better game the last time these two teams met. Adrian Peterson. Sorry, that's the phone. But yeah, Adrian Peterson, basically 14 carries for 3 yards. And actually, I read an article on the Web Zone earlier saying that Adrian Peterson, he remembers that game very well because that so far has been the worst game of his NFL career. And I'm pretty sure he wants some retribution. But, I mean, we got guys like Patrick Willis who can swarm to the ball. So Adrian Peterson's going to have to be on the lookout for him. And I think that this defense, the way we've been playing so far, I think we could be up for the challenge. I'm not saying that we're going to go ahead and shut you guys down, but don't think for 1 second that this is going to be a cakewalk for your offense. Yeah, you got Adrian Peterson. Yeah, you got Brett Favre. And while I'm speaking of Brett Favre, now, Brett Favre, we all know Brett Favre is Brett Favre, and we know he can still make the plays, but I'm just convinced he's not the same Brett Favre he was a few seasons ago. Now, that's not taking anything away from him, but, I mean, another thing I will throw out, I mean, you do know he has a bad record at dome stadiums, right? I'm just throwing that out there. I'm just fucking with y'all, but, you know, Brett Favre, I think he's going to have to deal with our secondary. Deshaun Golson is stepping up. Nate Clements, I mean, I'm not, going to, well, fuck it. I mean, so far, he's earning his paycheck. He's showing why he is the $80 million man. And so far this season, I mean, he's pretty much been on lockdown. I mean, Larry Fitzgerald shut down. Well, not so much him. He got a little bit in against us. But no Anquan Bolden, Bruce Machada didn't do too much. So, I mean, you guys got a great defense. I'm not taking anything away from that, but we got a pretty decent defense as well. We got a pretty good run defense. Nobody's been able to run on us. But then again, we haven't dealt with someone with the likes of Adrian Peterson, so. But like I said, I think our defense is going to be up to the task. I think our secondary, they've been playing like ball hawks so far. They're going to be all over the field. And if we can get in Brett Favre's face, then here's what I think. Defensively, if we get in Brett Favre's face, find some way to contain Adrian Peterson, I think we got a shot at this game. Offensively, if Sean Hill can somehow get the ball down the field and Frank Gore can somehow find some lanes against the Vikings' run defense, I think we got a shot at this game. To me, this is anybody's game to win. Now, I'm going to go here and say that I think the 49ers are going to have to play probably perfect football to win this game or near it. We definitely can't go into a noisy dome like the Metrodome, keep turning the ball over, which we haven't really done much of so far, and, expect to win this game. And another key for us, doing that, we're going to be in a loud dome. We can't have that many 3-and-outs now. That wasn't really a problem for us against Seattle, but in Arizona, 8 of our 13 drives were 3-and-outs, so how we respond in a hostile environment like Minnesota remains to be seen. And I'm not saying we're going to win the game, but I think we have the nucleus on this team right now to go into Minnesota and win this game. I think we can take this. It's just a matter of execution. I said it before. It's all about who executes better. And, if the Niners, we do a lot of execution that we should, then I think we can win this game. Hands down, but that remains to be seen. So basically that's all I got for now. Get this up on YouTube. Niner Empire, what do you think? Viking fans, I know you're going to think differently, so yeah, just holla at your boy. It's all good. It's trash talk. That's how we roll. Definitely have respect for you guys as a team. You guys definitely got a pretty decent team. I mean, you won your division last year, and I expect you guys to be in the mix in your division this season, the playoff mix. But as for week 3, Niner Empire, We coming up in there, baby, and we're gonna mean business. And if you think that you're just gonna walk all over us, I'm sorry, you guys got another thing coming. And sorry about the phone. People were just blowing up my phone. That's how I live. It's like Grand Central right here. It's my bad. But basically, like I said, you know, I'm not taking you guys lightly by any stretch of the imagination. But don't think that you're just gonna run all over us, you know, and just have a field day with us, because I don't see that happening.